This is a campaign 2012 update. It's 8 o'clock in the East. The polls have just closed in Florida's Republican presidential primary, and we have breaking news. CBS News is projecting that Mitt Romney is the winner. That is based on an analysis of the votes in so far and on polling that we did of the voters after they cast those ballots. Here's a look at the tabulated vote as we have it so far, with a little more than 50% in. Mitt Romney way ahead, 48% to Newt Gingrich's 31%. In our poll of Florida voters today, 62% told us that the most important issue in this campaign is the economy, and more than half of them went for Romney. Jan Crawford is covering his campaign. Jan?
Well, Scott, you can hear the crowd here reacting as the polls have closed, and this result shows that Romney can take a beating and come back strong. He was battle-tested in South Carolina. He emerged a tougher, more focused candidate. That will serve him well going forward, because this race has taken an ugly turn with attacks on character and integrity, not only in those television ads, but on the campaign trail. And all of that shows no signs of letting up.
Thank you, Jan. Anthony Mason is at the CBS Broadcast Center with more about what the voters told us as they left the polls today. Anthony?
Romney's winning handily in Florida, Scott, because he won outright majorities in three key groups. First, he won 51% of women. Gingrich took just 29%. Hispanics made up 14% of the Florida electorate today, and Romney won them handily with 53%. He also won 58% of those who said their top priority was to beat President Obama. Gingrich advertised himself as the true conservative in the race, but among Florida conservatives, Romney still won, although by a closer margin, 41 to 37%. Scott?
Thanks, Anthony. Bob Schieffer is our chief Washington correspondent and anchor of Face the Nation. Bob, what's your take on Romney's win?
Well, negative advertising works, and it really works when you have a lot of ads. The Romney campaign and Romney Super PAC dumped $16 million worth of negative ads on Newt Gingrich. It worked in Iowa when Gingrich was running strong, and it has apparently worked here.
What about Gingrich going forward?
I think he will, as long as this divide remains in the Republican Party. There's still a large segment of this party that does not like Mitt Romney, so I think he's going to stay around.
Bob, thank you very much. So, Mitt Romney wins Florida's Republican primary. He's now 2 for 4, and with Florida's 50 delegates, he has 80 in all. But there is still a long way to go in the race for 1,144 delegates. I'm Scott Pelley, CBS News, Miami.